Hey everyone, welcome back. The NIO EC7 EV debuts as the world's most aerodynamic SUV. So we've gotten this article courtesy of motor1.com, and I'd really like to check it out because the NIO EC7 is a really fascinating vehicle. There's also additional information on the EL7. This is a luxury crossover that is expected to go on sale in Europe next year. The Chinese brand now has a new addition to its SUV lineup in the form of a coupe feel version of that battery power model. The EC7 makes its debut in China as NIO's mid-large flagship coupe SUV. That sounds pretty vague. Now, starting with the design, the vehicle is exactly what you'd probably expect. The same front-end design as the EL7 combined with a slope rooftop and a longer rear overhang. The EC7 is roughly around 195.6 inches long, 77.7 inches wide, and 67.5 inches in height. Not to mention the wheelbase is just around 116.5 inches. Now, more importantly, however, the crossover has a drag coefficient of just 0.23, which makes it the world's most aerodynamic SUV according to NIO. Helping to achieve this solid rate is an active rear wing. Now, let's try to understand its power output. Power comes from the dual motor electric drive system, which has a peak output of 644 horsepower, 480 kilowatts, and 626 pound-feet of torque. Now, this setup is enough for a 0 to 62 miles per hour sprint in just around 3.8 seconds, and that's rather impressive, especially for a mid-size crossover SUV. Now, this vehicle, this EC7, is a direct competitor to the Polestar 4 SUV crossover. That's a coupe as well. They'll be similar in size, very similar in look, very similar in space, and not to mention pricing. Pricing will be quite similar. The amazing thing about this EV is that it can come with 75, 100, or 150 kilowatt battery pack with a range between 2 charging varies from 304 miles to 584 miles, measured by China's CLTC cycle. That was very impressive. Anything close to 600 miles, that is insanely impressive. Over 500 miles is already crazy. Now, in terms of equipment, the EC7 comes as standard with a gigantic Panama glass roof made of double-layer sound and heat insulation glass. NIO also has a flexible electrochromic technology that enables 5 levels of adjustable transmittancy. Now, this is to allow natural light to sprinkle into the car with extreme transparency or fully protective privacy when it's necessary. Now, thankfully, NIO also included other good technology, incredible technology in this vehicle, including a tri-zone climate control system, a premium 23-inch speaker audio system, and a heated rear seat. Heated rear seats are phenomenal, especially in electric cars. They're really an incredible thing to have. You have to consider that front heated seats have become quite common, quite popular. However, for passengers in the back of your car, they usually don't have heated seats. So whenever they do, it's a really nice added bonus. Given that electric vehicles do seem to be the future, they're fully run off electricity. Making this technology standardized, making this technology more common, it is good for vehicles overall because you gain better experience at creating this technology at lower efficiency, or rather higher efficiency with less energy being produced. Now, NIO has already accepted orders for the EC7 with delivery scheduled to begin in May this year. The most affordable EC7 costs roughly around $70,000 with the current exchange rates. Now, the version with 100 kilowatts battery will start roughly around $78,000. Remind you, this is an SUV. It is a mid-size crossover coupe SUV. Nevertheless, this is absolutely incredible for NIO to begin delivering this vehicle as soon as possible. This will be very popular, especially throughout the European market, whenever it arrives, of course. Now, additionally, we have to take a look at the share price just before this video ends. So the good news is that the share price is still extremely undervalued, just around $11.80. That is extremely undervalued. Now, the good thing is that we have been seeing a lot of support lines for the NIO share. We've seen support lines since the latter parts of last year, 2022. We've seen supports. Back in November, at the start of November in fact, support began around $9.49. The next level of supports we started seeing around $10, $10.17. The most recent support line has been around $9.63. Now this is good for many reasons because it's starting to tell us this is the realistic price for NIO. Now when I say realistic, I mean it's not going to go below that price by a huge margin. You can't imagine NIO being around $5. It'll be way too cheap. If that does happen, we would all be extremely lucky, but at the same time, the market would have to be doing extremely bad for that to happen. So where we are right now is a really good sweet spot. By the way, not financial advice, but it's quite obvious that it's undervalued. Less than 20 billion in market cap. And need I remind you, one last thing before we end this video, they delivered over 120,000 vehicles last year in 1 year alone. This year, we're looking to deliver anywhere from 150,000 to 200,000 vehicles. Whatever NIO achieves this year, I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited to see what they do next. But this is a really good place for the share. It's a really good place. We're seeing a lot of support lines. And we're seeing a lot of resistance as well. Resistance around the $9.50 mark. It doesn't want to dip below $9. And that's good. That's strong. That's strength. And given that where it is right now, it's not far off $9. It's still undervalued. Still really good. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Check out our newsletter. Check out our website. Remember to check out the Monument blog. We've got plenty of articles, including NIO and Polestar articles. Lots of EV content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.